Hi, welcome. It's time for the Unitarian Universalist of Zurich online service for today, and I am your host. My name is Susan Maude, and I am a lay-led service host. And so Unitarian Universalism is a relatively newish religion, but its roots go all the way back to for 450 years to Romania, actually, at a time where it was just after the Reformation began, and Martin Luther had created the printing press, and Bibles and other books could be printed for everyday reading. And that's when a lot of things changed in our world that we know. And Unitarian Universalism began back then. So, we are a religion, and we are a open religion where everyone is free to come, join in, and bring the wisdom from your religion, if you have one, or your belief system, and share it with us so that we can all grow and learn together. And that's a little bit what our topic is going to be about today. Some of you know that I'm an atheist, and for me, not having a belief in a God does not mean that I don't need community and that I don't like rituals. I like all of those things. And so I find in my Unitarian Universalism from Europe that I know, there's a place for people like me who like to have a good idea once a month, or I try to provide it every week, which so far I've been fairly successful at doing that. I think it's a great idea, the concept of getting together and having good thoughts. I think it's really nice, and it's community, and it's friendship, and it's fellowship, it's all sorts of things. So that's what Unitarian Universalism is, in my opinion. I call it philosophy with extras. So usually there's some sort of philosophical topic, and today's will be about the idea of religion and what it means in today's world. So that's what we're going to be talking about. But anyway, I just want to finish with the fact that, yes, I do think there's a place for religion, and I know a lot of other atheists do not. But let's get there one step at a time. So right now I'm going to light the chalice. I'm at home, so I don't really have a professional chalice, but I do have a candle on a little platform. And I have my book today. This is the Unitarian Universalism Good Book. It's called Singing the Living Tradition. And I got mine a long time ago. And I don't actually remember. I know it was a Mother's Day when I went to the first Unitarian Universalist service of Basel in Switzerland. And but I can't remember which Mother's Day it was. But anyways, I got the book then, I think, or shortly thereafter, or maybe then. And I read it in its entirety, and it's got, I don't know how many, let me see, over 650 pages. So, I read it in its entirety in one weekend, because it's filled with human thoughts and ideas and concepts about how the world could be and should be and is also. Um, a world where peace and harmony and balance is happening. And that's what is in here. So if you don't have this book, I highly recommend going to your local Unitarian Universalist and seeing if you can borrow one, or ordering it from them or from the Unitarian Universalist Association here in the USA, which is in, I believe, Massachusetts. Yeah, so this is where we are. And that was a long introduction, and so now I'm going to, I guess, let me read the chalice lighting that I want to read. I'm going to try to do it a bit more professional than how I have been so far. So I want number 448. And that is under the chalice lightings that we have. And it goes, we gather this hour as people of faith. Although I would say not faith, as people. We gather this hour as people, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together. And this is written by a lady named Christine Robinson. So I'm going to light the candle. There we go. Let me, oops, don't fall over. Okay, so yeah, I wanted it to be in view. There. All right, so let's move into the joys and concerns. And I guess a joy is, for me, we are in fall now, and the weather is cooler, and even in some cases it's cold, but I like it that way. So this is a candle of joy for the season that we're in, for the autumn leaves that are falling and the trees changing colors and the beauty of nature. It's all part of life. Then I have a candle of joy because there seems to be a peace ceasefire somewhat holding in and around Israel-Palestine area. So, we should make note of that and rejoice in the fact that life maybe can move into normalcy somehow there. Then this is a candle of concern. There were another mass shooting in the USA, and my heart is broken for the people who lost their lives or were injured or are somehow affected by these sad, violent actions, these terrorist attacks. You don't have a right to take a life. I'm going to put that back. As you know, I have solutions for these mass shootings, but so far it's a work in progress. It's not there yet. Then, I guess, actually, we didn't do the breathing and the relaxing, so let's make this last one. Let's relax our shoulders, get rid of the tension. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right. So now this candle is for all the people who have lost their lives in the last little while. I think we should have a moment of silence to honor their lives that are no longer with us as of this time. And it doesn't have to be something that happened recently. It can be also previously. Just it's for them. It's for us. It's for them. It's their light. And now this is a candle for you, for your hope or sorrow, your concern, or your joy. This is for you. Okay, so I'd like to talk first, I guess, about forgiveness, because as you know, I promised that this year in each one of these videos, whenever possible, I talk to people about it's not about forgiving the other person or the other situation or the people who were bullying you. It's not about forgiving them. Technically, that's not actually very important. What you need and what we need to do is forgive ourselves for trusting that we were told the proper information, that the person had good intentions. We trusted a situation or people or a person, and they let us down. So forgive yourself for trusting them. You could not have known what their intention was. There was no way of knowing. So you don't have to beat yourself up because you were stupid or whatever, because you weren't stupid. You were just a person who was thinking that you were in a safe environment, and you clearly were not. So forgive yourself for not realizing, for trusting that other people had good intentions. You cannot know everything, and that's okay. You don't have to. Now, I have a song that I'm going to actually read rather than sing. And it is number 168. And I'm going to read it out of order. So, number 168 is called One More Step. And I'm going to read it out of order because I think it makes more sense to read it the way I'm going to read it. It is originally by Words by Joyce Pauly, 1941. Copyrighted 1986. So, one more prayer. We will say one more prayer till every prayer is shared by everyone. We'll say one more prayer. One more song. We will sing one more song till every song is sung by everyone. We'll sing one more song. One more word. We will say one more word till every word is heard by everyone. We'll say one more word. One more step. We will take one more step till there is peace for us and everyone. We will take one more step. I wanted to read that because some of you know that I'm an artist, and a work of art that is a multi-year, multi-tasking, multi-design artwork is something I'm working on since 2017. And it's called Smile for Peace, It's Enough Already. I've also sort of more recently changed the name to Smile for Peace, It's Already Enough, because I'm really tired of these wars and violence and everything. And the concept behind it was to bring together people's smiles, people give me their smiles to fight against bullying and hate and aggression between people of different religions and non-religious. So, terrorism and all of that on all sides. And of course, as we know now, the word terrorism gets placed on certain groups and not on others. So that's a little spin doctoring going on by the media and governments. But it's all terror when, you're doing it in the name of a god or some bullying system out there. So anyway, so that's smile for peace. So I get the smiles from people who want peace, who want to be part of bringing peace. And this particular works is about bringing the religious and the non-religious together, which is again what Unitarian Universalism is, bringing the religious and the non-religious together. And when I say non-religious, I mean non-theist, I guess I should say. And instead of religions, I should say believers in God and ideologies that are oppressive, and non-believers in a deity. I think that's how I can say it. So what I find also even in the atheist community is a lot of people throw the word religion around. Now, I don't think religion is the real problem. It's the belief in superiority of your belief system as opposed to other people's belief system. And I mean, I suppose as an atheist, I feel like, I have the real truth. But it could be that you have the real truth. And that's where, again, my artwork and Unitarian Universalism comes together, where we are both trying to find the truth. And that's why it's a welcoming religion and community where you can bring your own belief and work together to find the right answers, not right is the wrong word, to find the truth answers. So, but a lot of atheists, they rule out all religion as if it's really a bad thing, which I don't think it is. It is nice to come together for community to celebrate births and deaths and marriages and other things that happen in life, becoming an adult, or, just gathering together to have discussions about issues, current, and issues about belief. So I think there's still a big place for religion, but I think it's not wrong for religion to change its format. And I think it's great to have, like I said earlier, before we even started, is to have a place where we can go that's not government, it's not school, it's people committed to each other to share good ideas. And that is, for me, what religion is. It's not about a God. It's not about a Messiah. It's not about somebody up there telling the rest of us what to do. It's about opening up the concept of ideas. The concept that we're all here and we have to get along, and we all have a right to be here, and we all have a right to have our voices heard. And shutting down people because they don't believe in your version of life, of the afterlife, of how we were created, this is not building a community. And I think this is where we're running into problems. Because we have also towns and villages that are separated by religions, and, my religion's older than your religion, and we're the chosen people, and all this stuff. So, we're all chosen, in my opinion. And we all can come together in a town and be together celebrating the births and deaths and the things that happen in the town, the seasonal changes. There are all sorts of things to celebrate. Mothers and fathers. These are all things that, in my opinion, really fall into religion. And like I said before, even a lot of atheists box everything up and say religion is bad. But I think that is not really the case. Religion is not bad. It's the people running it. Running any one religion. They might have bad intentions. And again, like I said with the forgiveness thing, we cannot know the bad intentions of the people who are running the religions in the neighborhood. So, I like Unitarian Universalism. It is a religion. I am an atheist. I like rituals, I like good thoughts, and I like community. I think these things should be, like, religion should be more, instead of centralized in Rome or Mecca, they should be centralized in towns and villages. And it should be people coming together and sharing their ideas. Now, there could also be a state-run sort of get-together, of a religion like what I'm talking about, like Unitarian Universalism, where the state then gets together and maybe has a big discussion or a big meeting, or the Unitarian, European Unitarian Universalists, they also have these, twice a year they have a retreat. So maybe that is also something, every town should maybe have a retreat and go someplace and have an experience together. It builds teams, it builds community, it builds cooperation. And if we are all coming together and talking about our religions and sharing our worldly knowledge, we can then maybe learn something, grow together, and move forward together as a community. We can also be there for each other, especially in our world where we're very transient in the US and even in Europe. People change places all the time. And this is one way to go about it. The religion in the town could put out a little book every other month with information about what they're doing and the different groups and organizations and opportunities to participate, to get to know people. And then any special thing that comes up, a new birth or a death or a marriage or somebody becoming 18, and somebody becoming 80. These things can also be announced and celebrated. So I think, I like religion. I don't, in my opinion, believe that there is a special deity out there watching over us. I've seen and heard so many crazy stories in my life, and so many things are contradicting each other that I have a difficult time going forward with a belief in a deity. And I'm happy that way. I just am looking for a good community, a safe community, one that is nurturing rather than wanting to dominate the next community across the street. If that sounds like something for you, then like and subscribe to this page wherever you're finding me, and let's do this together. That's the one more step that we're doing. So I don't organized religion can be a bad thing, as we've seen many times, and it can be a wonderful thing. But it depends on who's running it and what the intention is. So now I want to read let me read number 468. I think that's what 4. Eight. It's called We Need One Another. It's actually one with a refrain, but since you don't have the other part, you can't say it, so I'm just going to say everything. Okay. We need one another when we mourn and would be comforted. We need one another when we are in trouble and afraid. We need one another when we are in despair, in temptation, and need to be recalled to our best selves again. We need one another when we would accomplish some great purpose and cannot do it alone. We need one another in the hour of success, when we look for someone to share our triumph. We need one another in the hour of defeat, when with encouragement we might endure and stand again. We need one another when we come to die, and would have gentle hands prepare us for the journey. All our lives we are in need, and others are in need of us. This is by someone named George E. Odell. Then Nothing But Peace Is Enough is one that I also want to read. It's number 167. It's a song, but I'm just going to read it. The words are from a Jim Scott from 1945, but then it was copyrighted in 1987. So I just, excuse me, I'm going to read it. It's sort of the same thing over and over again. Nothing but peace is enough for me. Nothing but peace is enough. Nothing but peace is enough. Nothing but peace is enough for me. Okay, so now I think it's time to move towards the end of our service for today. I'm going to do one of my favorite readings that really got me going when I read it, which is I Am Only One. And it's one where I want you to repeat after me. It is number 457 in the affirmations part of the Singing the Living Tradition book. And it's by Edward Everett Hale. And I'm going to read each line and then you repeat after me. I am only one. But still, I am one. I cannot do everything. But still, I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. And now I want to read the extinguishing of the chalice of the candle. It is number 456 from Singing the Living Tradition. And it goes like this. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth. The warmth of community or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Elizabeth Sully Jones. So that's it for today. Thank you for stopping by. And I wish all of us peace.